Last year I bought the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, which was the very first smartwatch I ever used. I loved it so much that I decided to buy another one and use it as my secondary watch. Since I didn't want to spend a lot of money, I was searching for a cheaper model. Then I saw the Huawei Watch GT2. I spent $70 for this device, and honestly for this price this watch is amazing. In this video I want to show you if the Huawei Watch GT2 is still worth it and if you should buy it in 2023. The Huawei Watch GT2 comes with a 42 or a 46mm case with 22mm straps. I have the larger model here, and the design of this watch is amazing. The sides are made of stainless steel while the back is ceramic. The front on the other hand isn't as strong since it is made of glass. As you can see, I did already scratch the screen, but I am not really worried since it is a cheap device. When it comes to the design, I really love how this watch looks. It is crafted so well that the bezels look almost non-existent. When comparing it to my other watch, the 4 Classic, honestly I love them both, but the Classic has the display protected since the rotating bezel sticks out. The GT2 is water resistant down to 50 meters. The Huawei Watch GT2 has a 1.4-inch OLED display with 326 pixels per inch. As you can see, the display is rounded, and to me this is a better form factor compared to square watches. The display of the GT2 is great despite being an old device. It is very sharp with accurate colors and it gets very bright outside. It has an always-on display, but only a few watch faces are supported. For custom watch faces it has a separate section, but the maximum you can leave it on is 20 minutes. After that you have to repeat the action again. One area where I don't really like this watch that much is with the software. The software experience with the GT2 isn't as good as with the Watch 4 Classic. Of course I am talking for myself, but the Galaxy has a much better implementation than the GT2. For example, in this watch there isn't a back button. The upper button gets you all the way back to your watch face, which is also the home screen. When pressing this button in the home screen it shows the apps. The second button can be programmable, but it doesn't offer the option to go back. The only way to go back is to swipe from the left. The performance is also weaker compared to newer devices. I don't know what chipset powers this device, but it is much slower compared to the Watch 4 Classic. If we compare the numbers, for example, the Watch 4 Classic has 1.5 GB of RAM, while the GT2 has only 32 MB of RAM, which is just insane. Despite not being that fast, the GT2 does most of the tasks, but it takes more time to do them. The Huawei Watch GT2 isn't really the best device to track your health. It has some good features like the stress and the heart rate monitor, but it misses many things like the body composition and the blood oxygen. I did also notice some mistakes when walking. Compared to my Watch 4 Classic, the GT2 adds more steps for the same distance. This isn't really a big deal, but it is worth mentioning. The best feature of the Huawei Watch GT2 is the battery life. This watch can easily last for 7 days with a single charge, and if you are a light user it will probably last you more than 10 days. The battery life on this watch is just insane. With the Watch 4 Classic I am always worried about the battery, but when I use the GT2 I totally forget about it. Charging on the other hand is done with a special charger, which means it won't work with other chargers. So is the Huawei Watch GT2 still worth it in 2023? Absolutely yes. If you buy this watch you should know that it isn't the fastest or the most feature-packed, but for the price under $100 there is nothing that can come close to what this watch offers. Other watches with this amount of features cost more than $150. Like I said earlier, I paid $70 for this model, and honestly it offers 90% of what my $230 Watch 4 Classic has. The GT2 is perfect if you want a smartwatch that does the basics without being worried for the battery. If you are an owner of this device, let me know your experience in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.